Good morning. It is some day in May.
It is Monday the 27th.
Monday the 27th. And we thought we were going to Bryce Canyon, but we grabbed the wrong map and we're going to another state park, but I bet it's just as beautiful. So, Kodachrome Basin State Park. It's supposed to be a good photo op, so hopefully we'll see some good sights.
Even this morning she texted me and said, "Hey, I hacked into your email
in a little bit."
Your record.
Like she wants to play in the car.
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And not that that's never happened. But
Here's the first trail for the day. And we're starting our hike in, 1.5 miles. Gonna check to see if everybody's behind me.
Good morning. Good morning.
Turn back around.
Oh, wow. That. Our blood's flowing this morning. No kidding. I kind of wish I would have layered up a little more. It's chilly. Kodachrome Basin was a beautiful area with towering sandstone rocks that seemed to change colors depending on the sun or even the shadows that they sat in. The hike itself, going up to Angel's Palace, appeared to be pretty easy initially. And it was relatively an easy hike, but there was definitely some step up and step downs over rocks and such. But because we got such an early morning start, it wasn't too hot, and it wasn't too cold. It was actually a really nice day to start the morning out with a hike. One of the cool things that we learned about Kodachrome Basin was it got its name. I guess it was from the National Geographic Society in 1949. They received consent from Kodak Film Corporation to name the park Kodachrome. I don't know if because Coda was in it, the word Coda, Koda, or not, I don't know, but just kind of an interesting little fact. According to the Utah State Park Kodachrome Basin map and guide, it says that the story of Kodachrome Basin began more than 180 million years ago. But like the chapters in a book, each rock layer reveals a chapter in Kodachrome Basin's history, telling of times when the desert was covered by inland seas and raging rivers, and essentially how the power of the wind and water shaped its landscape. It also indicates that with every drop of rain and each gust of wind that blows, that it ultimately will change the landscape. Okay, so as if we didn't get enough of our first 1.5 mile hike doing the Angels Palace Trail, we decided that we would go on and do the Panorama Trail, which is a 3-mile trail that winds its way across the western side of the park. There were some very cool features that we saw and experienced on the Panorama Trail. There were the sedimentary pipes. There was also, what was it called? The top hats. You came across an area where it looked like the rocks essentially had hats sitting on them. There was a neat little area called the Secret Passage, which when you went through the secret passage, it came out to these amazing smooth rocks. Like a lot of times you would pass these tall rock formations and they would look like they had crumbled. Well, in this case, the rocks were so smooth that it almost looked like almost like molten lava layers or something. It was really amazing. We passed the ballerina spire, which kind of looked like a ballerina just standing tall in the sunlight. And then there was the Mammoth Spire overlook that we experienced. All in all, it was a beautiful, beautiful day. This hike was not really too strenuous. There was some up and downs again. I think just the length of the hike more than anything is what tired us out. But I did want to say that one of the biggest distinctive features that they talk about in the park are those sedimentary pipes that you see that appear to rise from the basin floor. Geologists have really no idea of the exact origin of the pipes, but it seems like they have a few different theories regarding the sedimentary pipes. Ultimately, though, it all comes down to erosion. In one case, they believe it could be earthquakes that caused the formation. They also think it could be a result of ancient springs. And then the last one was, I forget. I think they're saying, water-saturated pockets buried under layers of sediments over a period of several million years. But ultimately, when you read about it and the map and guide that the park puts out, it all comes down to erosion, that over time the layers were exposed due to erosion. So pretty cool. Another thing that we saw was that they actually have a campground here in the park, and they actually had full hookups meaning water, electric, and dump. Normally your sewage connection in a state park is non-existent, or at least the places that we've looked at and even stayed. Normally there's a common dump, but there's not usually a dump at your campsite. So anyway, it was very interesting to see that they actually had full hookups, and some of the camping spots were actually sizable, nice size pull-throughs, some kind of with some privacy and like trees and such. And so, yeah, it was very lovely. And we definitely took note of that should we come back to this area. So all in all, definitely a treat to have come across this Kodachrome State Park. Although not a replacement for Bryce Canyon, it would have been super packed over the Memorial Day weekend, we believe. So this choice was a nice alternative. Very, very little, people that we crossed paths with. I mean, it was very peaceful, very quiet, and all in all, a wonderful hiking day.